and welcome to this session with me, Kathy Ennis, and my friend and colleague, Sam Bailey. Today, what we're actually going to be talking about is email, and we're asking the question, is email an outdated technology? Just to give you a little bit of information about myself, as I said, my name is Kathy Ennis, and I'm a business mentor, business consultant, and an expert in something called engagement marketing, which is the process of understanding how to engage people who are interested in what you do, nurture them, and hopefully turn them into customers, but long-standing customers. And so I'm here today with my friend Sam Bailey of Silver Compass Digital. I'm going to pass over to Sam so that he can say hello.
Hi guys, my name's Sam Bailey, and much in the way Kathy said that she's a small business mentor and coach, I do similar work. I work with small businesses to help them to be more successful when it comes to marketing their businesses online, specifically using social media, blogging and content, and email marketing, which is what we're going to be talking about today.
Okay, so Sam, this question, email, it's not as sexy perhaps as some of the other things that people are getting hot under the collar about today. Is it outdated?
I would say it's definitely not sexy. It's very functional as a marketing tool, but it's still a massive part of digital marketing arsenal for small businesses. In terms of sort of comparison to social media or content, when it comes to email marketing, the return that small businesses get, sort of pound for pound, as it were, massively outstrips everything else. So on a financial sense, it absolutely needs to be a cornerstone of small business marketing nowadays.
And when we're talking about email marketing, we're not talking about stuff that's coming out from an Outlook account or Yahoo or Hotmail or any of those. We're talking about something completely different here. So what is that then? Yes,
you're right. It's not just a matter of throwing together some thoughts as to what you want to sell and sending a text email to everyone in your Outlook data bank. What email marketing is using a specific tool. I use Constant Contact. I know you do as well, Kathy. That allows you to send really good professional looking HTML emails to a list of contacts that you have collected and grown organically. People who are interested in hearing about you and your business and what you have to offer them. And then, and this is the big thing that sort of changes it from email to email marketing, measuring the result that you get from sending that email to that group of people and knowing how many people opened it and how many people clicked and took action on the email that you gave them.
Right, okay. And so going back to something you said there, this is very much a case of creating a list of people who are prepared and ready to receive things from you, people that are interested in you and interested in what you do. It's not about spam.
No, absolutely not. And I think that's part of the reason why in some circles email marketing has got a bit of a bad rap, because it's been done badly. And for me, and when I work with other small businesses, the key word is relevance. What you send to the people, the list that you build up, has got to be relevant and it's got to be valuable to them.
Yeah.
Because if it isn't, it's just a matter of them deleting your email, marking you as spam, and then you've gone to all of this effort to get hold of this data and this information about them so that you can market to them, and it's just gone to waste because they've opted out.
Okay. One thing I just wanted to pick up on something you said there about earlier about the return on investment and the fact that you use, like me, we both use Constant Contact. I know that, and actually paying for this kind of system, because what a lot of people will say is that well, that's all very well and good, but if I use something like Facebook, I don't have to pay for it. Okay, you pay for their advertising channels, but I can use things like Facebook and it's free, and I can use Twitter and it's free. What's the advantage then in terms of, I'd say, connecting with people that are relevant to you and to your business, but also thinking about that return on investment? What are you looking at there?
And I think one thing I just want to pick up on briefly before answering the question in full.
Yeah.
When you say you can use Facebook and it's free, or you can use Twitter and it's free, well, it is and it isn't, because you're building these communities online, but anything that you send out, any Facebook posts that you put out, any Twitter posts that you put out as well, is only really going to ever get seen by a very small fraction of that audience that you build online, because of how fast-paced these networks are, and how often the algorithms that decide who gets shown what change as well. And obviously, one of the ways in which you can change and adapt that is to boost your posts and to pay for Facebook advertising, for example. Again, that's going to be an outlay. But I worked it out for myself. In the first 6 months of my business, I was spending about, it was less than £10 a week on email marketing in terms of subscription and everything like that.
Right.
Which, if you sort of compare that with spending £10 a week on Facebook advertising, it's just incomparable in terms of the amount of business that you get back.
Yeah.
With that £10 a week, it's regularly being able to email a list of people who are interested in what you do, have opted in. But unlike these social channels where you may only see a fraction, you are pretty much guaranteed to get into their inbox if they've opted in to receive your mailing.
Are there any stats on that?
Sorry, could you clarify the question, Kathy?
In terms of getting into people's inboxes, are there any statistics on that?
So in terms of getting into people's inboxes, if you are using a reliable software provider like Constant Contact or any other bunch of really high quality email marketing tools, you are pretty much guaranteed to get into the inbox of the person that you are trying to mail, because they work really hard with the internet service providers to ensure that they're whitelisted.
And I think the last thing I saw about this in terms of Facebook is that you've got about a 2% chance of getting in front of your audience.
Yeah. So it's sort of there's a massive disparity then between Facebook, where you're looking at maybe 2% of your audience you're getting in front of. And then on the other hand, you have email marketing where it's sort of like 99% guaranteed to get into the inbox. Now, whether or not your audience then goes and opens and take action on your email is a slightly different question. But even if you are in their inbox and they just delete the email, they will see your name, your business name, and it just bumps your name a little bit higher up their mental register.
Right. So going back to the original question about email marketing being an outdated technology, from what you're saying to me and from the evidence and the statistics that we get, is that it's not an outdated technology. In fact, it's something that can enhance the other resources that you may use. Yeah.
And I don't think it's outdated at all. I think it's an established technology. It's been around for ages now, especially when you compare it to stuff like social networks and vlogging, which has only really come to fruition in the last handful of years. One thing that is becoming very apparent with email marketing is that it gets the best results the more relevant that it is to your audience. So I've spoken before about how you are pretty much guaranteed to get into an inbox, but then when it comes to those emails getting opened, if you have a very general mailing list, that might get you a decent result if people are expecting to hear from you. But if you have a mailing list about a very specific niche product that the people on that list are very interested in that very specific product, then the open rate, click-through rate, the engagement that you get with the more niche list is just going to be phenomenal.
Right. So we need to wave the flag for email and get people to start thinking about it much more strategically, start thinking of it as a marketing tool rather than just a communication tool, and seeing how they can actually then integrate it into a whole marketing strategy that includes the other perhaps newer technologies that are to some people more exciting and offer them greater chances of getting to places that they've never got to before. So that leads me on nicely to a really lovely big plug for something that you and I are doing on the 4th of February. So do you want to tell us what that is? That's
correct. So on the 4th of February, we are going to, that's Kathy and myself, and another one of our good friends and colleagues, Tamsin Fox Davis, are going to be running a small business boot camp. So if you are a small business, if you are struggling with marketing yourself, particularly marketing yourself online, getting those plans together, because planning, much like email marketing, is a particularly unsexy part of a business, but it is a necessity. And if you want to have the opportunity to network with a bunch of your small business peers, then come along to Small Business Bootcamp. We're running it on the 4th of February. It's in central London, and it's running from 9:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. And you are going to have 3 experts taking you through a bunch of really great resources about how you can better market your business in 2016, how you can better plan, and you will walk away with a bunch of education and just hopefully feeling completely enthused and ready to take your business to the next level.
So how do people book then, Sam?
Now, people can book by going to bit.ly.com/sbizbc. I think that is the correct link. It's going to be in the description below when this is on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
And as you've been great and listened through our sort of little chat through today, there is a discount code available to you. And if you put that in, and the discount code is SBB49, then you get your tickets for the early bird rate rather than the full rate of £67. So you save yourself about £17.50.
Yeah, so they get it for £49.50, don't they?
That is correct.
And we must say it does include lunch as well, so there's a flipping good deal for everybody.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. So the whole point of this is to allow people to walk in with lots of questions and perhaps not knowing what to do in a logical format, but walk out with a plan that they can implement from the following day. So the Small Business Boot Camp, and that's Thursday the 4th of February.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Sam. Thanks for that, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. And I really do hope that people have found some useful hints, tips, and advice in our session this morning. So thanks very much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Kathy.
Bye.
Right. Bye.